Everything you need to know in less than 5 minutes. Twitch is one of those marksmen who are quite exploitable during the early game, but can hard carry your team to victory all by themselves in the late game. Your scaling is so good because more attack speed from items means you can more reliably apply your passive poison stacks. When you play Twitch with regular crit items, you will deal little damage with the poison itself as it only scales with ability power. However, it is still very important to apply all 6 stacks of your poison to your enemy, because otherwise you won't get much value from your E spell, which must be maxed first. You max Q second for a bigger attack speed steroid and longer stealth duration, and W is maxed last. Your Q is what truly defines Twitch as a champion and also what makes him so menacing in solo queue. In your average ranked game, everyone will be highly uncoordinated and many people outright forget there is a stealth champion on the enemy team. This means there will be a lot of opportunities for you to pop out of camouflage and assassinate an enemy who fails to realize you have this option. Therefore, getting fed on this champion is surprisingly easy, especially when you play in Platinum or below. Your W is mainly a zoning tool, and if you don't need the slow from this spell, you should not use it when you go for an all-in fight. W's cast animation is simply way too long, and using it might cost you multiple auto attacks worth of damage once you have more items and attack speed. This ability is also your main tool for clearing larger minion waves, because you can combine it with your E to deal huge AoE damage. E is your finisher, as it doesn't do much unless your opponent is affected by multiple stacks of your passive. In an ideal situation, you sneak up to your target and start auto-attacking, and when your enemy either gets out of your attack range or drops low enough for a kill, do you press your E. The animation of your E takes roughly as much time as using one auto-attack during the early to mid-game. Therefore, using the spell when you could still be auto-attacking instead is a waste of damage, as your E range is much higher than your attack range. Twitch's ultimate is what makes you so incredibly dangerous in late-game teamfights. While other AD carries need to kill one target at a time, you can auto-attack multiple enemy champions at once. Since you also get flat bonus attack damage from this ability, activating your R directly increases the value you get from crit, from attack speed, and from your E spell due to its attack damage ratio. So your ultimate scales with attack speed, and your E is unlocked by your passive, which also scales with attack speed. Therefore, your best rune page is Lethal Tempo, Presence of Mind, Legend Alacrity, and Coup de Grace, with Taste of Blood and Ravenous Hunter secondary. Your shards are attack speed, adaptive force, and armor. Lethal Tempo, while providing invaluable attack speed, is even better than it looks at first glance. This is because Twitch will always get the full 6 seconds of the effect's duration due to your passive damage counting as attacking a champion. Your passive further interacts with your minor runes, which means you must press the like button. Taste of Blood triggers off of literally any damage, so even when the rune is on cooldown as you auto-attack a champion, you will trigger it with your poison if it comes off cooldown shortly after. Each tick of your passive also refreshes Presence of Mind's mana regeneration, which makes your lane phase more reliable. However, the true value from this rune is that you will always have enough mana to cast your Q again when it resets during teamfights. Your champion entirely relies on your ability to auto-attack fast, so you always take Legend Alacrity, while Ravenous Hunter is your source for late-game health regeneration. This game plan is naturally also mirrored in your item build. You rush Berserker's Greaves and then get the core items of Kraken Slayer, Runan's Hurricane, and Infinity Edge in this exact order. Kraken Slayer is simply the best attack speed mythic in the game and provides you with ridiculous levels of assassination potential, which is especially important in solo queue. Runan's Hurricane is what really unlocks your teamfighting potential. Not only does this item provide the 2 most important stats of crit and attack speed, but its unique effect perfectly synergizes with your poison. The 2 extra bolts in combination with your ultimate allow you to quickly apply maximum poison stacks to the entire enemy team, which in turn provides insane value from your E spell. Infinity Edge is the biggest payoff for critical strikes in most AD carry builds, and Twitch is no exception. The combination of enhanced crits with the bonus attack damage you get from your ultimate is simply too strong. From here you can either itemize against enemy tanks with more damage, or protect yourself from enemy assassins by going for one of the more defensive marksman items. Interestingly enough, you can also take an entirely different approach when playing Twitch by making use of his ability power ratios. Your passive true damage scales with ability power, and so does your E, which deals mixed damage when you start building mage items. This playstyle is more burst damage oriented, and therefore your best rune page is Hail of Blades, Taste of Blood, Eyeball Collection, and Ravenous Hunter, with Presence of Mind and Legend Alacrity secondary. Your core items are Nash's Tooth, Rabbanon's Deathcap, and Riftmaker. The idea is to end any given fight after exactly 6 auto attacks and 1 E, and let your passive true damage finish off any potential survivors. This AP Twitch playstyle has been nerfed numerous times by now, but it is still a viable strategy. Since most of your damage will be true damage, this build is extremely strong when all of your allies are physical damage dealers and your opponents want to stack armor. Now, if you found that video helpful, you can access an entire playlist of educational content like this by clicking the link on your screen right there.